In Africa, there are 60 million orphaned and vulnerable children. They've lost their parents through HIV/AIDS, war, or they live in conflict zones, they have a disability, or they've ended up on the streets of their cities. $43,000 children around the world become orphaned every single day.
In Africa, there are 60 million orphaned and vulnerable children as a result of HIV/AIDS and conflict.
By 2010, there will be 50 million children orphaned by AIDS.
Over 12% of all children in sub-Saharan Africa were orphans. Over 200,000 children have been abducted and forced to serve as child soldiers. Can you imagine an entire generation of forgotten children in Uganda growing up unwanted, unloved, rejected by everyone? Can you imagine the social impact? Can you imagine the global impact of that? Or can you imagine those same children, rescued from a kingdom of desperation, raised to a kingdom of purpose, putting their dreams together to rebuild not just a nation, but an entire continent? Can you imagine the global impact of that? I can.
In 1983, Gary and Marilyn Skinner moved to Uganda to plant a local church in downtown Kampala. Several years later, God spoke to them about rescuing the children of Uganda that have been orphaned by the deadly HIV/AIDS epidemic. Out of this need, Watoto Children's Villages were born. These villages are self-contained communities where children's physical, spiritual and emotional needs are met. Each village consists of homes, schools, a medical clinic and a multi-purpose hall for church and community activities. Children are placed in a loving home with a mother and 8 siblings and have opportunity to attend the school where a quality education is provided. Every year, Watoto has many international volunteers who serve in these villages. Many teams choose to build while others serve in the medical clinic or in ministry areas. There is also a growing need to rescue and care for the abandoned and rejected children under the age of 2. Many babies are found on trash heaps, in rubbish bins and abandoned in hospitals. In 2007, Watoto opened its first baby Watoto, the Bulrushes. This beautiful facility, located in the heart of Kampala, provides babies with medical care, love and nurturing. Once these children are old enough, they can then enter a Watoto village.
Gary and I have not been able to do this alone. Friends from all around the world have gathered together with us. They have joined their hands, they have joined their hearts, they have joined their resources, and they've said, Gary and Marilyn, we want to help you rescue these precious children, raise them to be leaders, and in so doing, rebuild a nation. But AIDS isn't the only calamity that has devastated my country, the Pearl of Africa. For the past 20 years, a civil war has raged in northern Uganda, where Joseph Kony has led his troops on a spiritual crusade of murder and mutilation. Unimaginable atrocities have been inflicted upon an entire generation of innocent children, as more than 30,000 children as young as 8 have been abducted from their homes. They've been forced to serve as child soldiers. They have been brutalized and marginalized into becoming weapons of terror against their own communities, against their own families. The United Nations Undersecretary for Humanitarian Affairs has labeled this crisis in northern Uganda as the worst on the entire planet. I believe that this is a crisis that demands, that requires our most immediate and urgent response. We at KPC and Watoto are committed to bringing hope to this region of Uganda. 1 Peter 2:9 tells us that we are the ones chosen by God to be His instrument, to do His work, to speak up for Him. So we're going to go to Gulu, we're going to pick up the rubble of ruined little lives, and we're going to turn them into leaders. So friends, I'm calling you not just to a kingdom of conscience, but to a kingdom of compassion. Because I believe until there is compassion in the church, there can be no mission for the church.